Peter, there's a lot of research that's been done about the treatment train and the natural bioreactor that occurs in a rainwater harvesting system. You're saying that it's important not to disturb that bioreactor?
Yeah, thanks for that question, Mike. It's a really good point. We found this and we thought, oh, hang on, we shouldn't be touching this. We shouldn't disturb it to maintain the water quality processes in the tank. And in the rainwater treatment train, we should work out how to make it work better, but not to fight against it. And in our surveys throughout Australia, the rural folk who've had tanks for a long time, when we asked them what they did, they had the old Australian saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So basically they don't touch the tank. The best way to maintain a tank is to leave it alone unless there's something obviously wrong with it. So they maintain a tank by leaving it alone to let the natural systems work, and only interfere with the rainwater harvesting system when they really have to. So we found you're best to leave it alone, to not touch it. So this new mantra of tank cleaning could be counterproductive. So if we take that further, early on in my own PhD, there's a bit of contamination and debris in one of the rainwater storages at Fig Tree Place, and I thought, I'll get in and I'll clean it out, and we'll empty it out, and we'll chlorinate the walls and the bottom, and we'll make it pristine. And what actually happened after the rainwater tank filled again, the water quality was continually worse for the following year afterwards. And when you put that together with our surveys of country folk who said, no, we leave it alone, we don't touch it, if it's working we leave it alone, and with this discovery of the rainwater treatment train, we've realised that we shouldn't be interfering with the sludge because it's a biofilm unless it's reached a point where it's being drawn into the water supply. And the only way you make that decision is at the drinking water tap or the supply tap. And if the water coming out of that is clear and it doesn't have an odour, and you're obviously not drawing anything out of the biofilm into that system, you leave it alone because it's working fine. But if it is, and you inspect the tank, you look inside the tank and you see that the level of the sludge or the biofilm has got above that of the outlet to the tank, then you would have to clean it out because then you'd be disturbing it. You don't want to disturb the biofilm because it's trapped all the contaminants. It's taken it out of the water column, it's using the contaminants, but if you disturb it, you release those contaminants. So you leave it alone, it works beautifully. And you only touch it if you really need to, like if the biofilm gets, the sludge gets too deep. And then we asked our question, well, how quickly does the sludge build up in tanks on the bottom? And they're very low rates normally, about of the order of less than 1 millimetre per year, unless you're in a farm paddock that's ploughed, that's generating all sorts of dust and debris, or if you don't have the right processes in place to stop leaves and debris entering a tank. So if you've got a leaf diverter, a first flush device, especially the leaf diverter will stop the debris entering sediments, the first flush device will stop sediments and metals, and obviously mesh screens on the inlets and outlets will stop things crawling in there. If you've got those things in place, you're helping your treatment train, your biofilm's there, but it's not building up at a very fast rate.